Hi guys. Hello, meet everybody. This is MicheleMarieDalene. Today we're going to talk about a little bit something I mentioned this morning, and I had a chance to think about it more or less all day. And it is, what is the story with this girl named Sylvannas? And is it necessarily Sylvannas Windrunner? The answer is, I don't know if it's that Sylvannas. That would be interesting, but I don't think that really matters to the story. What matters to the story is what we're going to cover now. Apparently, this Sylvannas and I started dating. But something was wrong with the dating. What was it? She has this strange skin condition where her part of her skin is come with these discolored blotches of skin pigment. They're different. So like parts of her kind of looks like actually it's a condition that actually exists among humans too. It's just among women. It's only among women. It's not, men don't get it. I got it. Okay, I have it, but I don't have much of it. Where you have, your mom's skin complexion and your father's skin tone are kind of mixed in on the same skin. But you look at my arms, you can see a little bit of the difference in the skin tone between my father and my mother's skin. But this woman was extreme. Okay, so me and her were apparently dating. We were having a good time dating. But it seemed that her complexion had gotten worse somehow, to the point where she was embarrassed to go out anymore. She didn't want to go out in public. She didn't want to go out to see people. She just kind of like hid in her apartment under the covers and said, "Leave me alone. I don't want to date you anymore." I think it's an archetype. And I think it's a very interesting one. That's why we're going to talk about as an archetype. Not literally. We can do certainly two. Two as well, right? So, first of all, number one, you were dating me, and this in the literal sense. And you were happily dating me. And then, you disrobed, obviously behind closed doors, and I can see your skin coloration, and all of a sudden you become hypersensitive to your skin coloration because you feel like you're a freak because you have these huge blotches of dark skin, light skin. I want you to kind of look a little bit like a cheetah, and yet my character still loved you, and yet you were willing to throw away our relationship because of your skin condition. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Kind of reminded me of some people here on YouTube, which is kind of where the archetype comes in. Not because the person has skin complexion problems, but because the person has other imperfections that maybe the ones that they're not talking about. That even though we got along fine, this person is ready to throw me away because they know that they have basically disrobed, and we saw the imperfections in them. First of all, let's be honest here, in real life. I don't care if you have imperfections. Everybody does. Hey, you think I'm perfect? I'm not. I'm far from it. But the thing is that when the person feels that they're not good enough, or that they feel that they have to hide because of fear of being laughed at, I think that should be not something to be proud of, but rather should be looked into. In the last few months, we have had a lot of variety of things happen on this channel, good and bad. And we have had people feel welcome to this channel. They would comment, regardless of, handicaps, would come in, hang out, do things here. Morning shows used to be good, okay? But this girl, Sylvannas, is, as I said, can also be an archetype for so many people. That they realized that in the privacy of their bedroom, their boudoir, they took off their shirt, their pants, clothes, whatever, and now we can see their skin condition. And now they're afraid, because they're afraid that you're going to talk about their skin condition to other people. I'm not the kind of person that would do that in real life. If you actually asked me about some of the people I know have issues in my life, I try very hard not to be the kind of person that throws a wet blanket on a person, especially if they haven't done anything wrong. It's if you do something wrong and they're really, really being abusive, then I'm going to call you out. But if you're not doing anything wrong, like this girl Sylvannas, she didn't do anything wrong. But she was afraid, because of factors of her skin condition, that I didn't want to love her anymore. There's a line from Dune, the movie, said by my mother Monaheim, which says, "Fear is the mind killer." Fear is the mind killer. If you think about it, was Sylvannas, in this case, so afraid of her skin condition that she was willing to sacrifice what she thought was a beautiful relationship? I think the answer is yes, because she was afraid I was going to laugh at her. Deep down, apparently in my dream, I was very much in love with this person, and I didn't care of their skin condition, of their light and dark skin complexion. I just loved the person, but yet she pushed me away. What are you supposed to do when someone pushes you away and says, "Leave me alone"? And deep down, she said, "I still love you, but I can't love you." If that makes any sense. All right, so now let's turn it up a little bit here to something that Brian K. said, and something that Brian K. lacks understanding of. I've mentioned this one before, which sounds a little bit like Sylvannas. All right, number one, I have been hurt by people in relationships. I have become so afraid of people and meeting them in person, especially one that says, "Hey, let's go out. Let's go get a movie. Let's go get us a couple drinks." Because the farther away you get from my home, the farther or more fearful I get. I have been thrown out in the street. I have been thrown out of cars. I have been told to friggin' walk back 6 miles. I have went through that. But in this crazy day and age, a woman is not going to risk her life in a stranger's car because of, you don't know what's going to happen. So you tend to be very cautious. But you want to have a good time. So eventually the first thing you're going to do is you're going to meet in a public place that you guys can both get to. That way, if it doesn't work out, hey, guess what? You hop in your transportation, they hop in their transportation, you guys go your separate ways. No problem. But if you're going to be dependent on another person for transportation and it doesn't go out well, then what happens? You could be stuck in a situation where you got an angry person who wants to see nothing with you ever again, that tells you to friggin' call a cab and walk home. Or you get a situation where the person goes crazy and the next thing you know it, you're in the newspaper as a rape victim. That's scary enough. So then let me ask you another question. Is the Sylvannas girl me? Are you the Sylvannas girl? Are you afraid of seeing your imperfections? I said, that's an interesting question, Lum, but why am I seeing it from a third-party perspective? I'm seeing her not as me, but as somebody else. She said, maybe it's because it's easier for you to see it in a third-party perspective. Or a second party. I have to admit, that's an interesting observation. Lummy does have a habit of bringing up things that I don't think about sometimes. And I thought it was something to consider exploring on a analytical level to figure out what's going on. So Brian K. did bring up something. This is after I had the stream I talked about this morning. But let's talk about that and see how it relates to this. If I'm the Sylvannas girl, if this girl is me, then who am I in love with? And who did I keep dashing under the sheets and saying, leave me alone, get away from me? When I really, truly, deeply loved this other woman. It was not a guy. It was a woman. So, we don't know who she is. That if the woman that Sylvannas is trying to say leave alone is not me, then who is she? Maybe I'm both. Maybe I'm both. Maybe I'm both women. Maybe I'm the one that really wants to continue a relationship with Sylvannas, and at the same time I'm Sylvannas. I mean, you can read into anything you want, but it seems to me more like a lot more simple than that. But interesting thought. So, but let's get back to now. Like I said, Brian K. keeps saying, "Oh, Michelle keeps." Oh, actually, I should go back and look. Let me look in the Google chat, because this is where I have to admit, this is where the Restream.io chat has actually done me a favor, because I can go back to Snow Queen chat and I can look it up and find out what was said. So let's see if I can find it. Okay. Let's see. YouTube chat, Brent K won't even call her own mother, and I'll say that's something else. I'll say, Michelle, no one cares about you because you do this to people. I hope the show stays where it is, and it will, ha ha ha. It would be easier for people to digest. Michelle just came out and honestly says that she thrives on the limelight created by drama in her life. No, actually, it's not what I want to say, but Michelle is here to make money. She doesn't care about anything. Far from that. That's not the point. Where is that stupid topic? Alright, I don't know where it is right now. But, the point is over the years, has left, but I say as long as you stream, I don't mind if I'm the, villainized. Nah, I just find the channel interesting. I didn't even see that earlier. But okay, you know what? Okay, that's great. So, Brian, maybe you can help me answer the questions that we're talking about here. Maybe this might be something that will wet your whistle. Which is, why is Sylvannas me? And yet at the same time, I'm the other woman that loves Sylvannas. Now, notice, I don't think it's Sylvannas Windrunner. Because, first of all, the woman is not no Banshee Queen. She's not the Banshee Queen, okay? If she is, she's way before she became the Banshee Queen. Okay? Because, honestly, I don't think Sylvannas the Banshee Queen is attractive. I think she's kind of awful ugly. Especially her personality. But the topics this morning with the fear that was discussed is real. Those in the chat, I have to find it. Unfortunately, I don't have this thing set to pause the recording, so I can't go back and go, let's rewind this video and pause it while I find the clause and then get back to it. I didn't even think about connecting those dots until after I started connecting the dots. If you've been around me long enough, you know that I don't always think in a linear fashion. Sometimes I think in a way that's non-linear. It's just the way my brain works. But at the same time, what also was said, and that's I'm going to reiterate, I don't know who said it. What it is a group of trolls come and splinter Michele's channel in half. And then another set of trolls come in and they splinter Michele's channel further in half. So in the end, you got now a channel that's broken into quarters. And those quarters, each is like a tree with 4 branches. Now, as long as the tree is attached to the root system, the branch can grow and flower and new leaves. But the branches that are chopped off from the tree will die. Of course, they don't have to die because the fact of the matter is you may be able to graft that branch onto another tree or graft it back onto that tree. Okay? And just, so that's what we need to do is we got to graft on those subgroups back onto the tree so that they can become part of the program. But the question is why are the trolls doing this? And that is what was said this morning. And I have to admit, it's a great question. Because I don't know. Why would they do this? What is their divide and conquer? But they're not conquering anything. They're just dividing people up. Why are they doing that? Who knows? I don't know. So, like I said, the story with this girl, Sylvannas, is actually very interesting. Because it seems to be a lot more than just meets the eye. But wait, was the girl ugly? No! Actually, the spots are cute. She actually had them. They were symmetrical. They were pretty. She had the prettiest back. I mean, she had a beautiful back. The back is where most of her spots were. There, she was pretty. The front too. But her dark skin, light skin, was more on her back. On her upper back, and a little bit on her lower back and her thighs. But that's about all. But she still was lovely. But she didn't think she was good enough. The truth was, my character found her attractive. Now, I think if that Sylvannas is supposed to be me, then what does that say? I'm afraid that someone is going to refuse me because of something I'm born with? Or I'm afraid that because I have whatever unusual condition that I'm not good enough for another person to be in my life? It's a great question. And if I'm the other girl that loves Sylvannas, how do you convince Sylvannas that you don't care about her skin condition? You love her for who she is. How do you explain that to that Sylvannas? Hey, I don't care about your patchy skin. I like you anyway. What's the problem? I don't know. How would you explain it? I'll let you guys think about that because that's a great question. That's a great question. I love to hear your answers. Don't be afraid to respond. I'll love to hear from you. So for now, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.